Hello and welcome to FinextraTV. I'm Alex Lipic and you join us here at Money2020 in Amsterdam. And I'm very pleased indeed to be joined by Vedran Jankovic of Deutsche Bank and also Lukas Enzersdorfer of Bitpanda. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Alex, for having us.
Absolute pleasure, thank you. Vedran, I'm going to start with you if that's okay. What are the key trends that you're seeing in the market at the moment, and how influential are fintechs in reshaping these trends, do you think?
Yeah, so the space is very, very broad, obviously. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we could talk hours about trends, yeah. But looking at our partnership, and this is why we are here, so Deutsche Bank and Bitpanda has announced a partnership that we work on a cash management solution together for the German market. I think what is relevant for this partnership and looking maybe at two main trends which we see and which are driving the whole thing. And I think, Lukas, you can then go on with the details. But the trend number one, which we see, is definitely regulation, right? Regulation is picking up, especially in Europe. There is a framework, which is the so-called markets and crypto regulation, so-called MiCA, right? And this MiCA is a unique EU harmonized framework, which allows companies such as Bitpanda to enter in 27 markets, in 27 EU markets essentially. And this regulatory framework, right, is also giving banks also guardrails, right, to work together with fintechs and so-called virtual asset service providers as Bitpanda. So that is the main trend, right? So regulation is fueling the business. Sure. And number two, is definitely technology. We see that the main blockchains in the market, speaking of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, are announcing technology advancements, and those advancements will lead into more efficient chains, more efficient blockchains. And this is of course something which was always a reputational flaw years ago, and will help basically to, reputationally improve the view people have on blockchain and the typical the product overall. And I think those two, let's start with those two, and maybe.
I think the important stuff is exactly that, right? Clear European regulation is enabling crypto providers like Bitpanda, who's the leading crypto platform in Europe, to now finally work together also with large established institutions such as Deutsche Bank, who now have a clear regulatory framework and clarity on it, how to deal with crypto providers, right? And I think this is why we're very happy that we got this partnership in place.
You've mentioned the word partnership a couple of times. This is clearly a strong partnership between you both. Collaboration is also a word I've heard a lot over the last couple of days at this event in particular. How important is it for fintech players to collaborate and work together with banks to drive that innovation? Perhaps I'll come to you for that one, Luke.
I think the important stuff, when we think about a fintech, why is this even a term, and why does it over the last 10 years or even longer, right, got established that well? It's about improving a certain part of the value chain in the financial service industry. And we as a crypto and digital asset provider, we're focusing strongly on blockchain technology and everything surrounded with that, enabling users to easily invest into Bitcoin, Ethereum and 400 other crypto assets, but also to do certain things like smart contracts, interactions, Web3 about it. So the important stuff, why is such a collaboration important? Why is a partnership and partnering up with traditional players essential? Is we can only do a certain part, one small part of the whole financial service value chain better. However, this only works in the grand scheme of things, and therefore it's so important to work together with the largest, the most established, the most trusted players in that space, which in that case in the German-speaking market is Deutsche Bank, clearly to improve exactly that part too.
Really interesting. Thank you both for sharing those insights. Just if we talk briefly about virtual asset market, how can new regulations and current regulations as well kind of impact, how are they impacting that market, that side of things?
A lot. And if it's okay to take this question.
Yes, of course.
So what we see right now in the virtual asset space is so-called sunrise effect, right? The sun of regulation is shining differently on different parts of the world, right?
Yeah.
And so regulation is very, very important to institutionalize those players, right? To be able to work with with banks, right? And to be able to work with really large financial institutions simply to gain trust.
Yeah.
And trust is very much aligned with regulation, right? We need a playing field, we need clear rules, especially as banks, right? In order to be able to collaborate.
Sure.
And so regulation is the most important part. And I would say even at Deutsche Bank, this is my team's or our team's USP, essentially, that we want to understand regulation, that we, together with our clients, shape this in order to, that the sun is shining everywhere at some point, and business is also shining everywhere at the end of the day. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think trust is the key word there. Yeah. Trust is key, of
100%.
course. And spoken about that a lot as well these last 2 days. Gentlemen, thank you so much for giving up your time to speak to us. We really do appreciate it, and we'll let you get back to the rest of the event, but thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you both.